Hi, my name is Sara Gelsheimer, and I'm a Senior Wealth Manager at Plancorp. And I want to continue the series on the biggest mistakes business owners make and how to avoid them. And this video focuses on tip number 2, or mistake number 2 that we often see, which is a lack of understanding how to manage cash flow and working capital. So business owners are usually great at making sales, but oftentimes find themselves tight on cash. So managing your accounts receivable is truly one of the most important aspects of having a successful business. So if you haven't yet opened your business and are thinking about, starting one, I would highly encourage you to start by getting an idea of what the average account receivable benchmarks are for your industry. This information will be vitally helpful in helping you decide how to manage cash flow and could help you with things like working with vendors who have extended terms that could potentially align with your accounts receivable timelines. Certainly, if you can discuss payment terms in the early stages of a customer relationship to try to get them set up on electronic payments, and be sure to maintain accurate customer information, keeping up-to-date addresses and contact information, trying to invoice them as quickly as possible and creating a schedule to look over your accounts receivable on a regular basis. Those are all really great ways to stay on top of your accounts receivable. And because business growth requires capital in order to support payroll, accounts receivable, inventory, it's also good to establish cash flow forecasting models. So these are estimates that generally go out for a 90-day period to help you determine what kind of inflows and outflows you can expect over that period, and it'll help you determine whether or not you need to consider getting outside sources of capital. And then lastly, speaking of cash flow, one of the most common things I hear from business owners, especially those who were working in a traditional, job as an employee, getting W-2 earnings and then going to start a business, is adjusting to that variable cash flow. So instead of going from, a weekly or bi-monthly paycheck that you knew was pretty consistent, now, obviously, your personal cash flow can vary quite widely, especially in the beginning of starting a business. So it's important to have a good handle on your cash flow situation, personal cash flow situation. Know what your non-discretionary expenses are that you're going to need to cover and how you're going to do that until the business gets up and running. That's always a great way it's always great to get that information before you start a business, but certainly if you've already started one, it's never too late to get a better handle on your budget and cash flow situation. If I can be of help, please don't hesitate to reach out and stay tuned for additional mistakes business owners make and how to avoid them. Thanks.